The American writer and humorist Kurt Vonnegut Jr. once told us, quote, "Enjoy the little things in life because one day you'll look back and realize they were the big things." Close quote. How true that is. In this episode of Easy Stress Cures, we are going to look at some little things that can go a long way to help make us happy. I am your host, Stephen Carter, and I thank you for joining me for this episode of Easy Stress Cures. Over more than 4 decades, I've helped thousands of people move from stress to success. Many of those people were helped through my company, Stress Solutions, LLC, which is now Stress Solutions USA. My focus these days is to share research and other information related to emotional well-being and the creation of a sense of happiness and well-being. The Greater Good Science Center, associated with the University of Southern California at Berkeley, publishes a monthly calendar of happiness. Each day they offer what we could say are little things that can make our day brighter, and we can feel happier in the process. For this episode, I thought I would simply select a few of their suggestions for the month of June. These are in no particular order. They do have these listed by date, but quite frankly, you can apply these any day in June or any other month for that matter. Let's first go to Saturday, June 3. They suggest look for shapes in the clouds. Look for shapes in the clouds. Have you ever simply looked up in the sky and watched the clouds go by? The clouds move in and out of various formations. One moment the clouds may be wispy with no particular structure. The next minute we see faces or we see objects in the clouds. Something along the lines of the old Rorschach tests from days gone by. I don't know if they still use those cards, but they are quite fascinating. So our first suggestion from this list, and by the way, there'll be a download link in the episode description where you can download your very own copy of this document. Our first suggestion, look for shapes in the clouds. Let's go to Friday, the 9th of June. Their suggestion for that date, try a 10-minute meditation. Try a 10-minute meditation. This does not mean, by the way, that you have to sit and om, unless, of course, you would like to do that. Meditation can come in many forms, many ways to meditate. Going back to our first suggestion, look for shapes in the clouds. When you're doing that, you are actually in a state of meditation. Perhaps you could spend 10 minutes just meditating on the in and out of your breath. Simply breathe in and let go of the breath, focused in on the in and out breath. If your mind wanders, which it likely will, as soon as you notice that, simply return to the breath. Bring attention back to the breath. For even a deeper meditation, you may try closing your eyes. When we close our eyes, we are enhancing the production of alpha waves in the brain. Alpha waves are those waves that we experience when we are in a calm, relaxed situation, such as when we take a shower or we're relaxing in a bath. Our creativity is at its best when we have a predominance of alpha waves in the brain. Speaking of creativity, For the 23rd of June, their suggestion, embrace your own creativity, whatever form it takes. Embrace your own creativity in whatever form it takes. Creativity, as we know, can come in many forms. If you like to draw or doodle, spend a few minutes doing that. If you like to write poetry, why not have a go with writing a short or a long poem? If you're a musician, why not spend a few minutes playing your favorite instrument? I know when I choose to sit down and play the guitar, 5 minutes can become 5 hours. It feels so good simply to experience our own creativity. June 27. Seek out people who make you feel connected. Seek out people who make you feel connected. One of my clients, who is a well-known writer, offered the analogy that the people that come into your life, some will drop pennies in your emotional jar, while others will take pennies and dimes, quarters, 50-cent pieces for that matter. Unfortunately, there are people who will drain your emotional jar. Surround yourself with people who add pennies and nickels and dimes. And do make sure you are adding to their emotional jar as well. Seek out people who make you feel connected. Moving to 28 June, they suggest take a walk and savor the beautiful things you see. Take a walk and savor the beautiful things you see. There is abundant research that tells us time spent in nature is time that feeds our spirit, our soul, our emotional well-being. Nature is healing. The simple act of getting outside and spending time in nature, simply walking and noticing. Notice the flowers. Pay attention to the sounds of birds and other sounds in nature. Really connect with that experience. Your soul, your spirit will say thank you. I'll have this June calendar available to you in the show description, also known as show notes. I encourage you to download the PDF, put it on your computer, print it out. Use this calendar to enhance your sense of well-being, your happiness. As Kurt Vonnegut Jr. tells us, enjoy the little things in life because one day you'll look back and realize they were the big things. Close quote. If you're not yet following the Easy Stress Cures podcast, I encourage you to do that where you get your podcasts, when you subscribe or follow, and of course that is free to do. You will never miss an episode. If you would like to listen to previous episodes of the Easy Stress Cures show and other stress-relieving podcasts, visit us at stressreliefradio.com, stressreliefradio.com. If you would like to be in touch, email me at cartermethod@gmail.com. Until our next visit together, your host here, Stephen Carter, wishing for you and your loved ones blessings in abundance.